Hi, I'm Chris. This is Darlo to the Prem, episode 47, and today we see us take on Leicester at home, and then I think we follow that up with a Burnley game. I think that one's at home as well. So, two big games against two of the better teams in the league. First up against Leicester. Right, before we get into the Leicester game itself, Steven Gerrard, he's finally left Saudi Arabia. Look, he's been there for 7 years and he's come to West Ham on 185,000 a week. He earns more in a week than my squad. We are overspending 167 apparently. I've signed a couple of players to contract extensions, so it's gone over. But it's the madness of the Championship, isn't it? One team right at the bottom spending 167,000. And West Ham at the top with parachute payments. They can afford to give a manager 185,000 a week. It's just absolute madness. Look, they're rich. I don't think they're doing particularly well. And look, they're 23rd in the league. Fingers crossed. Gerrard does Gerrard and takes them down. That'll be an interesting one. So on to today's game, we've got Leicester. They are top of the league. They're already confirmed in the playoffs. Another couple of wins and they're promoted. So, yeah, not going to be easy. We were just coming back to full fitness and then Lima Jeffers gets injured. They said 2 to 5 weeks. He's down to 2 to 4 weeks now, which was very disappointing. He's been playing pretty well and is our main left back. So we're going to be struggling there for a little while. The good news is a lot of the other players are now back and we've got a relatively big squad now to choose from, he says. At least everyone else isn't injured at the moment. But I'm sure there's plenty of time between now and the end of the season. So talking to the end of the season, we're coming up to the end of March. We'll show you the Burnley game, which is at home, and then the Preston and Lincoln. We'll finish it off camera. Unless, of course, something major happens, like we push into the playoffs, which I cannot see, because our form is just scratchy. As you can see here, a couple of wins, lots of draws, a couple of defeats. One of those was Chelsea in FA Cup 5th round, comprehensively beaten. It was just a whimper of a cup run this year. And this month, we've drawn against Derby, beat QPR, and then we lost to Coventry. So there's just, it is where we are. We are a small spending club in terms of our budget. We've got some decent players. When the decent players are all fit and available and on form, we do well. And then we come up against the bigger clubs, the clubs with far better players, and we find our level. So we are somewhat overachieving in 8. I'm still hoping to get to 70 points, so we'll see if we get there. 59 at the moment. And yeah, if we do get to 70 points, I don't think we'll get into the playoffs, so we'll see. So, right, let's get on and pick this team. Right, so the team's in. It's Winting goal. Curtis, Fry, Jennings and McHoma make up the back four. Rosiak and Patino are our central midfield. Aronson in behind the striker of Etete, and our wingers are Popov and Clark. Etete finally scored a goal in the last game, so as a reward, we'll leave him in. That was his 5th league goal, but it was his first for ever. It felt like forever anyway. So his last goal was 22nd of January. His next one was the 19th of March. So 2 months. So hopefully he will retain a bit of form and kick on into this game. I can't see it. Let's give them some early encouragement. Hopefully we can... I didn't see who's skied that one. like I say, hopefully we can get something. I'm not holding out too much hope. This is, after all, the best team in the league. They should get promoted. Ooh. That was a big chance for them. So yeah, like I say in the intro, there's a bit of a rundown to the end of the season now. It's accumulate a few points, see how we get on, give some of the fringe players some time, and get the likes of Fry, who is playing his last few games for the club. I should imagine he is contracted for next year as well, but he's not good enough, and we'd like to have seen Etete attack that. And like that's Fry's mistake there. He quite what Fry did, I don't know, but he didn't go up and try to win the ball. And let them basically run through. Yeah, nice. So I'm in the erring whether to play him for this game, but I selected him because MacArthur isn't particularly fit. He's just come back from injury, so yeah, perhaps I should have done. As I say, yeah, Fry is definitely on the way out, and there'll be a number of others as well. Let's give them a bit of a writing. Let's see if anyone can step up. Let's demand more as well. It's like Popov. Clivert played the last game. He was superb. Popov is the better player. Popov's having a nightmare here, so let's get Clivert in. Clark isn't playing too badly. Suppose, well, I guess we could move him into midfield, but let's get MacArthur on. We need something major to happen this summer. That's basically it. If we get some big news, I've obviously been planning this ground for 12 months now. Hopefully we see some movement there. Can he play there? Let's do that for him. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've still got one more. Let's get Morgan's on. Yeah, so we need something big to happen. The ground obviously is one. This current stadium is obviously far too small. Probably 5,498 capacity, and we lose at least 3 games a season to the weather. So that piles up the fixtures and leads to the bad form. That and our squad's not big enough, is not good enough, particularly when you come against former Premiership teams. There we have it. So a fine 2-0 defeat, and just proves that Etete just isn't the striker. So he's another one that will be on the transfer list sooner rather than later. An error from Darlington to Dale. Right. I don't really bothered with that. Right, I'll play these other games off camera and we'll catch back up at Burnley, and hopefully I'd have made a few more decisions about who's staying, who's going. Right, so here we go then. It's the Burnley game. Since Leicester, we've won 1, drawn 1, lost 1. So, yeah, normal services have been resumed. We've now just changed to this new formation. I'm thinking this is probably the way to go next season. It gives us a bit more defensive stability. It gives us 2 strikers, which is something our strikers really struggle with, but playing up on top on their own. They're just not good enough. So hopefully something like this will sort of feed into our better players like Aronson. He is in that attacking midfielder. Patino certainly likes to play in the midfield area, so it gives us plenty of advantages. So this is probably the way we're going to go next season. Jeffers can certainly play there. Mbaya can play on the right. That's fine. We'll then obviously have to fill out the squad. Fry's back in for this one simply because MacArthur played the whole game last, which was Saturday, I think it was. Was it Friday, Monday? It might be Easter and it's Friday, Monday. Certainly this is a Monday game, so we've got a bit of rotation. Jeffers is coming back for his first game. He's going to play 75 minutes. And we'll see how we get on. Is that his best role? It probably is. So Burnley are one place above us, 1 point above us in the league, and neither of us are playing particularly well. I think Burnley could, if they win their last 3 games and the team in 6th lose all 3 games, make it into the playoffs. But if they drop a point, or the opposition, the team in 6th, I can't remember who it was. Let's go to the league table. Stoke, yes. So if Stoke get a point, they're basically in the playoffs and sitting happy. So we'll see if we get anything out of this game. So it's the first time I think all season we've played this particular formation. It's a bit harsh on someone like Cliver, who has come into form in the last few games. He's certainly got his first goal for us and playing quite well on the left wing. But it's just the forwards. We struggle. If we had a superstar forward, it would be fine. Is that offside? Yeah, it looked it. Let's give us some encouragement. And our last game against Bristol City, we were dreadful. Although our last home game against West Brom, we weren't that great, but we still managed to score 4 in a 4-2 win. It's just now just trying to find a formation that will give us enough cover in defence and enough impetus in the attacking or for the attackers that we can start building. It's like we have played with a 5 at the back in one of the seasons and we did rather well, so it might be a case we have to go back to that. Particularly as we've got Aronson, who wants to be that attacking midfielder. He's not particularly great on either wing. So hopefully this is the formation that does it for us. But we'll see. We're coming towards the end of the season. Is it 2 games? No, 3 games left. Yeah, one or the other. There might be 3 games after this. And with that, 2 games after this. So it'll just be a case of we'll play those 2 out. Hopefully we can then start clearing out the players that we don't want. And to be honest, I will accept offers for anyone. I'd like to keep Jack Wint. He's a decent goalkeeper. Jennings is probably the best centre back we've got. And he's 6'6", so it's something useful. But other than that, if someone bids big money for Patino, then fair enough. It's anyone and everyone is available. I won't. I won't say, oh no, can't sell him. He's too key for us. It's everyone has its price, and we will certainly look to move players on just so we've got some wiggle room for next season. Clive can play up top. Let's get Tete on as well. He can be a pressing forward. Support. Who else is particularly tired? Mbaya. And that's our lot. I'll give you a quick shout and demand more. It's we've just thrust this formation on them. So it's not expected. Play it for the last 2 games of the season. Hopefully the players will get used to it, and there'll be one for the next season, particularly if we can get rid of the players that we want. Perhaps a couple of players like Clark or Patino go for big money, maybe even King, and then we look to really bolster and bring in quality players to fit our formation. And that looks like our season whimpering out, but we're top half. We're not going to get to the 70 points that I'd liked, but hey-oh. We've done quite well. Again, overachieved. And yeah, that's pretty much our season done. We've got those last 2 games. I'll get them played off camera, and we'll be back for a summer transfer special. Hopefully there we can build that squad that we want to actually challenge for promotion. So next season, really aiming for the playoffs, maybe even in that top 2, depending on who comes down and how the summer goes, really. And like I said, it's going to be a big summer. If Wolves went up last year, I think. So none of the teams coming down are particularly scary. Oh, how did West Ham get on? Oh, they won. That's a shame. Are they out of the bottom 3? Not yet. 2 games to go. So we want QPR to win. So QPR can beat Stoke. That'll be brilliant. If West Ham go down, that'll be laughable. That's right for signing Steven Gerrard. But there we go. Hopefully you've enjoyed that, and we'll see you again soon for the summer special. Thanks for watching. Hello.